Oh, hey guys. Well, today's finally the day where I'm going to finish off painting this damn boot for this VK. It's a little cool, but hopefully that doesn't ruin what we're going to do. A little bit of breeze, but hopefully no dust or anything kicks up. So I'm going to go mix some paint and we'll get started. Okay, that's first coat, and I'm pretty damn happy with that. It's a new gun, which I've never used before. I quickly set it up before we got going. And first coat, as I said, good coverage, bit of shine already off the gun. I'm pretty happy. We'll let that flush off and we'll give it another coat. Round two. Okay, coat number two done, and that's probably all I'm going to get done because it's almost out of paint and I don't want to start another coat and have to re-top up and mix paint halfway in between. I've got pretty good coverage, I'm pretty happy with it. We'll come over and have a look. Now, I think this new gun's done the trick. It looks pretty damn good to me. Look at that. I think other previous paint jobs I've done, I've never had any sort of reflection in the base coat before. Clear coat's a different story, but we'll let this dry off. I'm going to go inside and have a coffee, let this dry off, maybe walk the dog, and then we'll come back and do the clear coat. Look at that. Man, I love this colour. It's also not easy trying to manoeuvre around a swinging wing floating in the air, and every time the gun pressure the air pressure from the gun hits it, makes it want to spin. What can you do? All right, catch us. All right guys, so worst case scenario happened. I went up before I packed up, I went around and had a look to see if there's any bits I missed. I missed the inner lip of the rear wing, so I had a tiny splidge of paint left, so I thought I'll do that. No, not enough, so had to mix up some more paint. So I mixed that up, painted that was okay. And then I thought, okay, I've mixed up enough for another coat. So I decided to go ahead with that. And then here, I don't know if you can see it or not, but right in there, I got some runs. It's not too bad. It'll sand out, but amateurs, eh? And now, because I've been dicking around with that, cleaning the gun, I think we're ready for a base coat, a clear coat, sorry, now. So I'm going to mix up that, paint that, let that cure for a while, and then we will wet sand it. Let's get going again. Okay, time for the hardest part, clear coat. Wish me luck. Okay, it's looking pretty good. It's very hard to paint on a swinging panel. I can't set that up anymore, that's annoying, but we're halfway through. We might as well finish the job doing that, but we'll let that dry and we'll get ready for another coat. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, there's a huge run in the spoiler, but we'll have to rub that out. But other than that, we're looking good. Let's let it dry. Alrighty guys, that's 2 wet coats of clear and pretty damn stoked, if I have to be honest with you. Like, the amount of orange peel that's come out of that is the least I've probably ever had out of any painting, so it won't be too bad to wet sand back, so that's less work for me, I guess. But it does need a wet sand, and I'll have to get those runs out on the wing. I don't think I've got any runs in the lid. Look, it's already got a bit of reflection in it already, and it's touch dry already, but I'm not gonna put any force on it because that's gonna put fingerprints and stuff in it. I'll see if I can find that run for you. Right there, behind, right in there. Right where people will be driving behind you looking at the rear wing. Smack bang right in view, but it's got some good gloss on it if it stops spinning. Look at that. Where's the lid? There, look, it's even reflecting the door already. Damn, I'm happy with that, guys. I've got a good tip for you. If you don't have a spray booth like me, and you know how you spray outside, you get dog fur, bugs, all that kind of stuff coming into your paint, which is no good. Here's the hot tip for you. If you've got a wife, they usually have a pair of these. What are these, you ask? They're tweezers. They like to pull their hair out by the roots. So if you grab one of these and you've got a steady hand, you can pick the wings out of the bugs and pull it off, or the hair. Just grab the hair, pull it off, no marks. How good is that, hey? Good tip. All right, I'll come back to this video when that's fully dry, and we'll do some wet sanding on that and see how good a shine we can get, hey? It's probably not going to be a couple of days because I want to make sure it cures properly. Until then, ciao ciao. Howdy guys. Well, it's a new day, well, it's a new week actually, and after work every day I've been wet sanding the boot lid and the rear wing. Have a quick look. It's nice and smooth, ready to be cut back. So I'm going to cut that back, cut the rear wing back, and hopefully we get some shine. But we did have an issue during the week where this dog here must have had a bird or something come and fly on one of the bikes or something, and the dog's jumped up and left a big paw print, or not paw print, scratch marks from her claws in here. Like, I've sanded it back out. I can feel that it's smooth, but I can still see a little bit in the clear coat. I'm hoping that'll cut out, and majority of that's where the rear wing is going to sit, so you're not going to see it anyway, so it's not too bad. I wasn't happy with her, but what can you do? All right, let's get back into some cutting and buffing. Okay, we're starting to get some shine there, but the pad doesn't like doing the edge of the boot. There's flying chunks of foam off everywhere. So we'll go to a different pad, try and get a bit more shine. I'll show you that in a minute. All right, chaps. I've buffed and buffed and buffed. I can't seem to get rid of those damn dog scratches out. I don't want to push too hard and burn through it and have to repaint the whole thing. So I've just hit it with a coat of polish. I'm about to wipe that off. Let's have a quick gander. If you can see, it's come up shiny. It does look good. Look, you can see the reflection there, and it's still got the... We won't go there, we'll go here. It's not perfect, but look at that. Look at the reflection coming out there. Not bad for a hack like me, hey? Look at that. Boy, oh boy, wowee. See the reflection of the roof? I sure can. Now, I'll show you these scratches. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. They're in here. We have a quick look. Not sure if you can really see them, but there's claws just go right there. I'll have to have a look back and see when I'm having a look at this footage to see whether you can see it or not, but I'm gonna clean the rest of that polish off and then we'll start the wing and then we'll have a look from then, eh? Looking good. Oh, now, not being a professional painter and all myself, I've realised when you're painting wire, you do a guide coat now, because that shows you up all the scratches. Now, I've got a lot of sandy scratches in this before I even started the priming, which the primer never filled, the paint never filled, the clear never filled, so on certain angles you can still see the scratches. So that's a lesson that I've learned this time painting, guide coat. So we'll do that next time we paint a panel. All right, I'm gonna get polishing again. See you soon. As the rear wing is done and polished, look at that, not bad, hey? Now, is it perfect? No. Am I happy with it? Yes. I've learnt a lot. Now, you have to remember, we're not doing a show car, we're doing a daily driver, so it doesn't matter if it's not perfect. And Zena agrees with me. So, the next thing we need to do is put that on top of that and start assembling it back ready to go on the car when it's time. Okie dokie. Let's start putting it back together. G'day again, another day, doing some more work. I've started reassembling the boot. I've put on the boot lock and the mechanisms to make it work. So where are we here? Got the mechanism here. If we close that, turn the key, that all works. Got the solenoid in there for the automatic boot release. Now I've just got to work out how to seal up the rear wing without it leaking when it gets wet. But if you're wondering why I'm putting a new boot lid on when I have one here, I also took off the Calais strip here. Gonna put it on that one, but this thing's gigantic and it's full of these pins which need holes drilled in the boot, and I don't want to drill holes in my new paint, so I bought the proper small ones. It's just going to be a little lip across the back there. Anyway, if you have a look at this boot lid, it is Scheisenhausen. Look at the rust in here. And the reason I don't want to put that Calais trim back on is because whenever it rained, the water would run down here into these holes from that trim that weren't sealed, and it's just rusted out the whole of this section of the boot lid. And it's crusty, crusty, crusty. And it's got no strength left in the boot lid. Oh, look at that. Cactus Jack. Where's my hand? Where are we looking? Here we go. It's all right, I'm going to work out this rubber seal. Now, I have been told or read that old bike tubes are good for sealing. So I have an old bike tube and I've cut a piece of it out. See, it's got a patch in it. Now I put a screw through it, made like a little cup and filled it with water, and nothing came out the bottom. So I need to work out how to put this to stay flat on the boot lid so no water gets down through that little bit there, and we'll get that rear wing on. Let me get to work. Okay guys, the boot is back together, as you can see behind me there. I will flip it over and I'll show you what I've done with the regarding to trying to keep it waterproof so water doesn't get in. So as I mentioned before, I used the bike tube as a gasket. So I cut out a bit of tubing, and I think that's got 2, maybe even 3. Some I put 2, some I put 3. I can't remember which. But yeah, so that goes through onto the other side of there. The screw goes through, pulls it up in there, so hopefully that seals. Same on the other side there. But the problem I had was with these screws in here, that one and that one, they go through the framework and through there. So just having a rubber there is not going to seal it. So what I done as well is I cut out some more of these, put them on the back side of that. So then when that's screwed into that, that will pull up a bit of the rubber up through the hole, and hopefully that will seal. So having said all that, the only thing left to do is I'm going to pour some water on it so that it will run down through here and it'll run out the back there. So I'm hoping it doesn't go on the inside of the boot and it all runs down the outside as it's meant to. So that's going to wrap it up for this video. And after this, we'll pick another panel to do on the car. So thanks for watching. Ciao, ciao.